Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse, nothing, and I don't know how long. Food, he take care of everything.
Listen, this whole thing feels like a plan that Papoose and Remy had in motion from the start. The goal seemed simple. Pull Claressa Shields back into the picture, and so far it looks like they managed to do just that. That might explain why their marriage still hasn't officially ended. Claressa has always stood up for Papoose, saying he was the first man who truly treated her with respect and care. But what she may not have realized is that his constant support could have been tied to her money, not just his feelings. Remy even hinted that Claressa was his latest opportunity, knowing most people wouldn't take her words seriously.
You're a user, and you over there playing with that girl. You over there playing with her. If I thought she would believe it and would listen or even care, because anytime somebody's gonna say like, yeah, they told me what the situation was and I accepted it.
Now Remy Ma's old comments feel almost like a warning, because fresh claims suggest Papoose has been using Claressa's money to cover his own problems. People say he keeps taking help from her, and it may not stop until she has nothing left to offer. Ever since the relationship between Remy Ma and Papoose fell apart and went from being praised as black love to...
Oh, I'm never gonna stop talking about my man. I just brought him his food in the back because he was upstairs. Ain't that y'all joke? Oh, he's upstairs. Just brought him his food. And y'all talking shit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna ever make me stop talking about my man. That's what y'all think y'all gonna do. You're not gonna do it. Whenever I feel like saying Papoose's name, I'm gonna say his name.
Being labeled as something much darker, Claressa Shields found herself pulled into the spotlight. People began linking her name to Papoose, and from that moment on, headlines about her were often filled with tension and online arguments instead of stories about her success. Most of the time when she shows up in the news now, it's because she has spoken about him or reacted to something said on social media. With all that noise around her, many forget who she really is outside of the drama. Claressa Shields is widely known as one of the greatest female boxers in history. She is a world champion and a two-time Olympic gold medalist. What truly sets her apart is that she became the first boxer, man or woman, to hold undisputed titles across 4 different weight classes, and she has carried championship belts in up to 5 divisions. That kind of achievement is rare in any sport. Her life story even made it to the big screen in a movie called The Fire Inside, where actress Destiny Ryan played her role. Yet, despite all these milestones, her personal life often steals the attention. The focus shifts away from her hard-earned victories and toward her relationship troubles. Some people believe Papoose recognized how much attention and influence she carries and stepped into her world at just the right time. Since being around Claressa, he has been seen performing in large venues and busy arenas, places he rarely reached on his own before. She has also included him in her business circle, introducing him as both her manager and a boxing promoter. Together, they talk about creating opportunities and building income as a team. One major deal Claressa has spoken about is an $8 million multi-fight partnership with Salida Promotions and Win Records, which, interestingly, is known mainly as a music label. This move has raised eyebrows, but it has also kept people talking, once again placing her name in the center of attention, both for her career moves and her personal choices.
Without Papoose.
His transition to the executive suite as a creative director of the record company helped broker the deal that secures Shields' spot as one of the highest paid female boxers in the business.
As a fan, watching Claressa from the outside, I've never seen someone who was more deserving.
She signed this agreement back in November, and even held a big press event to present it as something fresh and groundbreaking. On the surface, it sounded like a smart and exciting move. But when you look closer, the deal works a little differently than most people might think. Win Records is not a regular boxing company. It is mainly a music and talent management group, and Papoose happens to be their main artist and leads their hip-hop division. Claressa Shields is actually the first athlete they have ever brought under their wing. A group like this usually handles things like public appearances, personal branding, and sponsorship deals. They also guide any new career steps, so if Claressa ever wanted to try her hand at music or entertainment, they would help set that up. In return, a team like this often takes a percentage of her earnings, which can range from 10 to 20% right off the top. Then there is Salida Promotions, which plays a very different role. This company focuses only on boxing. They work to line up her matches, organize the events, manage the travel and planning, and sell the rights to broadcast her fights to major networks and streaming services. They do not get involved in her personal image, but they do take their own share of her fight income for promoting and presenting her bouts to the public. When you add it all up, several groups are taking a slice of the same pie. By the time everyone has collected their portion, Claressa may be left with far less than people expect. Meanwhile, she is the one stepping into the ring, training day and night, and putting her body on the line to make the money that everyone else is sharing.
Impossible, y'all about to, I'm gonna say it. It wouldn't have been possible without Papoose. Papoose and Papoose and Win Records have been working together for about 3-4 years now. And since I've met Ruben, he has been just so nice and so open. And the last fight when we had so much success at LCA where we sold out 16,000 fans, that was because myself, Papoose, Win Records, and Salida Promotions all worked together collectively to make that work. So I'm so grateful to them, and so grateful that I have a team who understands that, who understands my value, and who want to see me win. And we're going to continue to work together and make this big. So congrats.
Some people say Claressa ended up in a deal that looks a lot like the old 360 contracts from the music world. Those were the kinds of agreements where artists did most of the hard work but walked away with far less money than they expected. That raises a big question for many fans. Why would one of the strongest and most successful boxers of her time agree to something like this? The talk online is that Papoose played a key role in bringing the deal together. At the press event, Claressa herself said the opportunity would not have happened without his help. Right now, she is the main name connected to Win Records, which means much of the label's attention and activity centers on her. That puts a lot of weight on her shoulders, both in the ring and in business. On top of that, people claim Papoose earns a commission for introducing her to the company, along with a share from other work she takes on. So whenever she lands a new appearance, sponsorship, or event, he is said to benefit as well. There are also rumors floating around about money being used to cover personal issues, including old tax problems. These claims suggest that both Papoose and Remy Ma have faced large amounts owed to the government in the past, adding to the curiosity about where income is going and how it is being managed. What makes the whole situation even more confusing for the public is their relationship status. Papoose did file for divorce, but the process has not been completed. At the same time, reports say Remy Ma may have stepped back from finalizing it. Even as they trade sharp words in public, some fans believe it could all be part of keeping up a certain image. In the middle of all this talk, Claressa continues to train, fight, and push forward, while the business side of her career keeps drawing just as much attention as her achievements in the ring.
And we saw that he currently owes and has not paid taxes for the past, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, not 11, not 12, but 13 years. This man, what does that say, Jasmine? 3, what say?
I want to say it says...
That's the 180,000 top name of who? Taxpayer? William Mack, but he ain't paying no taxes, so he shouldn't be called a taxpayer. He should be called tax ower. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. And so these are just Papooses. Now, the reason I think that this is a tender swindler, the reason I think that there's some tricking going on here is because when Papoose and Remy were together doing an endorsement in a fur coat show store the other day, she seemed very happy to be there. When I found her tax record, what is it? Yeah, let me see. How much is those tax liens? Remy currently has $622,474.76. Guess who's gonna pay it? Guess who's gonna pay it? The one, according to her own cousin, okay, that got a disability check when she was a kid for being just a tad bit off.
People are starting to piece things together, and many believe there is no way Remy Ma and Papoose are not somehow on the same side. From their point of view, they both seem to benefit no matter how the situation plays out. Even if Papoose walks away from Claressa, he may still receive money from deals connected to her name. If she ever tries music or other projects, he could gain from that as well. Some say he plans to use those earnings to clear his own debts and help settle Remy's too, since they are still legally married.
I feel like Claressa has been taken advantage of her whole life, okay? And I want to say this, because she's been boxing since forever. I don't know her childhood, but I do know that her best friend who grew up with her came out and made some rather disturbing videos about Claressa being taken advantage of, when she was younger as a young boxer by her coaches and getting pregnant and things like this. And so when I see people like Papoose enter the Cash App requesting money from people like Claressa, after Remy has already warned us that he preyed on her when she was in jail. He wasn't making no money. It was Remy's money, and she said she put everything in his name, only to come out and then have to work, and then he's getting the benefit of the solid black man, of the black man that's holding everything down. And so when I look at this same thing possibly being done to Claressa, and she's slow by default, and I'm talking about slow as in she probably got some early stage, some issues going on, being knocked around, it does have an effect on your brain and on your cognitive thinking and stuff, and you're not able to see straight. And if she was already taken advantage of by her coaches, surely it's easier for a bum like this to come in and take advantage of her too.